Okay, welcome back. So in this video I'll be talking about the same mass system, same mass pulley system, but in this video I'll be talking about how to find the velocity of such a system when one mass is going downwards and the other mass is going upwards. Okay, so I take the string like this. A system like this. Massless pulley in which there is no friction. One mass is 60 and the other mass is 2. Right? So they share the same tension because there is an acceleration of the pulley. So this is T, like this. So obviously this mass goes down and this mass goes up. Right, like this. So if this mass goes a distance of 10 meters downwards, and then this mass should go 10 meters upwards, because regardless of the mass, the acceleration are the same. Initial velocity is 0, accelerations are the same, so the displacement should be the same as well. So if this mass goes 10 meters downwards, this mass will go 10 meters upwards. So assuming that this length from this object to the pulley is greater than 10, so that this object doesn't come to this, doesn't reach the pulley before this mass goes to a distance of 10 meters. But this length is greater than 10 meters. And if this mass goes 10 meters downward to a position like this, and the string is like this, so this is 10 meters. So I'll take the 10 meters as the distance between the displacement of the center of mass of the object. This is 10 meters. Oops. This is 10 meters. This one. Right? So this is 10 meters. Alright. So the initial velocity of this object is 0. So what's the final velocity? So this is the question. Right? What's the final velocity? Initial velocity here is 0. Here is also 0. This is 0. This is 0. What's the final velocity of this object? So final velocity of this object will be equal to final velocity of this object, because this goes to the same distance and this travels with the same acceleration. Regardless of the mass, the velocity of both these objects should be equal and the acceleration should be equal, the tension of experience are equal and the distance traveled are equal. Only the masses are different. All the other factors are unique to both these masses. So what's the velocity of this one? So to find the velocity, we need the acceleration of this object. Now you know that u is equal to 0, but in order to find the final velocity, we need the acceleration of the system. So to find the acceleration of the system, we need the normal F equals ma module. Alright. So I'll put for a 6 kilogram mass, I'll put F equals ma in this direction. F equals ma in this direction. Right? So for the 6 kilogram mass, this is the force that is acting in this direction will be 6g and opposite t, so it is 6g minus t. So the force will be 6g minus t. Mass is 6, acceleration is a, so this is the first equation. Right? And for the 2 kilogram mass, I put F equals ma so that the acceleration is equal. The acceleration is positive in the direction I am putting. So the acceleration is positive in the direction that is upwards, so I will put F equals ma upwards. So the tension here, so the net force here, the tension is acting upwards, the weight of the object 2g is acting downwards, so I am putting F upwards, so I will take the force upwards minus the force downwards, so T minus 2g. T minus 2g is equal to 2 times A. So this is equation 2, right? T minus 2g is equal to 2A, equation 2. So in the first equation I had 6g minus t, 6g minus t is equal to 6a. Second equation, t minus 2g is equal to 2a. So to eliminate t, this is, there's minus t here, this is plus t here. I will add up these two equations and then I can find the acceleration. So because what I need is the acceleration, not the tension. I don't need the tension. I can calculate the tension, but I don't need the tension. So to eliminate t, I will add up these two equations, 1 and 2. 6g minus 2g is 4g. Assuming that g is equal to 10, 4g is 4 times 10, which is 40. So here is 40. 6a plus 2a is 8a. So acceleration will be 5 meters per square second. Right? That's simple. You can take it from this equation I described in one of the previous videos as well. So if you are not watching those videos, I invite you to watch those videos and come back and watch this video, because it will be easy for you to understand the concepts. So from that I can say A is equal to, another way to derive A is equal to the difference between these two masses, which is 6 minus 2, which is 4, divided by the addition of the two masses, which is 6 plus 2, which is 8, times g is equal to 10. So 4 by 8 is half times 10 is again 5. So this is an additional way by remembering, if you remember the solution here equals 5 meters per square second. So you need to find the velocity here v. So to find v, what you need is that u is equal to 0. You have that u is equal to 0, and you have s, you have a. So we can put, we don't have the time, so the only thing we can put is v squared equals u squared plus 2as, the linear equation of motion. V squared equals u squared plus 2as in this direction. So the final velocity is in this direction, acceleration is in this direction, displacement is in this direction. So I will put v squared equals u squared plus 2as also in this direction. So that all will be positive. So we need v, so this is v squared actually. U is 0, so I will put 0. So v squared is equal to 2as because u is 0. So 2 times acceleration we found 5, and the displacement has been given 10. So v square equals 2 times 5 is 10, 10 times 10 is 10 square. V is equal to plus or minus 10. So we have taken the velocity actually 10, so minus 10 is in the other direction, so that can't happen. So v is greater than 0. So v is equal to finally 10 meters per second. So this is one way to find v. So another way to find v is through the conservation of energy. Through the conservation of energy, you can say conservation of energy, right? Conservation of energy, you can say, if you put to m1, right? Initial, so I will take this as the zero potential energy. Zero potential energy. P is equal to 0. So this potential, there is initially a potential energy and there is finally a kinetic energy. So the conservation of energy actually the conservation of mechanical energy, right? So m1, so PEI, so that's the initial potential energy plus the initial kinetic energy will be equal to the final potential energy plus final kinetic energy, right? So the initial potential energy is 10 because the zero potential energy has been recorded at this point, so the initial potential energy will be mg times 10. Initial kinetic energy is 0 because the initial velocity is 0. Final potential energy is 0 because the object reaches the zero potential energy level here. Zero potential energy PE equals 0 level, and the final kinetic energy will be some kinetic energy that we have to find. Through that we can find the velocity of F. So the initial potential energy is the mass of the object times its displacement, the distance between the zero potential energy and this object. So the mass of the object is 6 times the gravitational acceleration g times this length is 10. So this is 0, right? 6g times 10 is equal to final potential energy is 0 again. So this final kinetic energy is half times the mass is 6 and the velocity is square. So this is a very simple equation. right? It's simple equation. So another way, so this 6 times this 6 cancel. So v squared is equal to this is 200 is equal to root 200.